Hi everyone, welcome back to the podcast. So today the video is going to be about hidden charges in the banks. So this happened to me last week when I went to take the money from my bank account. What happened was the previous day due to SMS charges, the amount was debited due to insufficient funds. When I tried to withdraw, it said insufficient funds, you don't have that much amount, and immediately a message came that you have been debited for insufficient withdrawal amount and you will be charged 20 rupees plus GST. So there are many hidden charges like this. So
there's no way to escape this. It's known as dark patterns. Dark patterns is the way banks entice you into signing up for a product. And once you sign up for the product, they'll slowly add these fees and charges on you. So they'll say first 1 year free. Before you know it, 1 year is over and you've forgotten all about it. Then you're on the subscription. Then they'll be charging you monthly for this and that and everything under the sun. So when you open an account, they'll say you can maintain zero balance account. But the zero balance account means for every single thing related to that account, they'll charge you for, which they don't tell you.
Which means debit card maintenance.
Everything.
ATM charges.
Debit card you're charged for.
SMS
so
charges.
Let's say they'll give you the first debit card free. Soon as that first 1 year is over, they'll call you, hound you saying, sir, you upgrade you to a new debit card. If you upgrade to new debit card, you can spend 5 lakhs every month. You will never have 5 lakhs in your account. But you just feel like it. You feel like there's a limit set on you. Suddenly someone says there is no limit. You feel like you're limitless. It's not that they're giving you free cash. But the way they word it to you, it means like you're restricted. It's like saying, if you go walking across Pakistan border, I tell you that. He'll say, if you'll pay me 1,000 rupees for that, you'll pay me. But where are you going to walk all the way to Pakistan and cross the border? You'll never. That's what. So when they upgrade your debit card, they'll tell you, we give you a new debit card. You can use up to 5 lakhs a month. You can withdraw 2 lakhs a month, right? Without any charge. You'll never see this kind of money, but they'll sell it to you and then they'll say, yearly subscription, you only have to pay some 2,000 rupees. So when you say such a big number and put such a small number next to it, you don't feel it. You'll only realize it if you pull out your statement and you see actual amount of money you've been using on your debit card and you see amount of money you've done the transaction on the card. You really don't need a debit card. I would say, make a bet that 99% of the kids in our office don't need debit card.
So you are saying us to use
UPI GPay payment, what is the need for a debit card?
Okay.
You tell me that. Because when you go to any shop you buy, you can use GPay. Because GPay and debit card are the same. You can only use it if money is there in the account, right? Can you use GPay without money in the account?
No, we cannot use.
You have to have money. Debit card also the same, right? You have to swipe the debit card with only money. So GPay is available in the shop and debit card is available. 99% of your kids who don't even carry a wallet. So the debit card will not even be on you. But what is always on you?
Mobile phone is.
GPay is always with you. So you don't need a debit card, but the bank doesn't tell you this. They're made into believing this. We're giving you zero balance account, one debit card, and only debit card charges only 1,000 rupees. A year you have to pay. So, but you look at it from the bank side, he's got 20 lakh customers. From each one, he gives one debit card and he's collecting 1,000 rupees for free.
Oh, that's free money for the bank.
They don't use a debit card.
But I recently checked that in a particular bank, you can use UPI payments for 3 months or only up to 90 times. So there is a limit.
Why do you need to use that bank then?
So we are saying to use.
Now let's say UPI Lite is there. There are lots of ways. If you look at it, there are lots of ways for you to use without giving bank hidden charges. But the only reason you do hidden charges to the bank is because you're lazy to not to see it.
Okay.
Like debit card, I said. Checkbook is another one. How many checks have you written in your life?
It's like myself.
Yeah, you don't need it.
But bank says that it
they'll just package it in a way where you feel like you need it and you really don't need it. There's lots of services you do not need. You don't need to have multiple banks. Right? One bank account is enough. And if you use GPay, even if you're using UPI, right? There are a lot of ways. Like I said, UPI Lite is there, where you load your money into that and then you don't even need to press PIN and you can use it. And that way, that doesn't count into the bank's UPI charges. The bank says so many UPIs after that I'll start charging you. That you don't fall into that trap also.
Okay.
So that way, there's lots of ways to navigate. But all these hidden charges happens because the simple reason we don't pay attention. And when you look at it, 1,000 rupees a year they're charging me for this facility. You don't think of it. He'll only think of it when I say, let's take that 1,000 rupees and you put it in ITC shares.
Yeah.
If you remove all your hidden charges from all these banks for the year, if you go through your bank statement and see, and remove all these hidden charges, and you put it together and you had invested that money, and you had compounded it for 3-4 years, you'd be like, my God. That's what banks do. They take all this free cash
But
from
we
you.
have to use all their products, checkbooks.
You don't need
debit
to.
cards,
No, you
they
don't
are
need to.
giving that.
That's why RBI is trying to make it more and more transparent to the consumer, telling banks, please be very clear. Don't mis-sell. Be very clear. And if you have been mis-sell too, you can go approach and say, I have been cheated.
Okay.
First rule is, don't keep multiple bank accounts.
I have 2 accounts.
Why?
One is for savings and salary account.
Why? Why have 2 accounts?
When I use for a single account, I cannot keep track of what I'm doing. So if I use for savings and salary, I feel
you have Excel sheet. You have lots of ways to track. You only need to do that if you have so much of money, right? If you're starting to accumulate a lot of money, then I understand have multiple accounts. Then if you're going to have multiple accounts, at least make sure you sign up these accounts in such a way where your charges are 0.
Okay.
You can have a separate account just for investment, where you put all the money inside and once a month or once in 2 months, you take it out to invest.
Yeah.
Right? That you do. But don't use that account for anything else.
Okay.
That's the only way to hidden charges. The banks can only charge you if you use a service. Try not to use a service. Right? And always, if you need to draw money, I would say go directly to the branch and draw money from the counter itself. If this ATM charge is proving too much for you, go to the bank and draw. But the thing is that you requiring actual physical cash is very limited nowadays. I met a beggar on the road the other day who had UPI.
Oh. And even in temples, they are placing the QR code.
Undi and all that. Now you can put money in undi through digital. If beggars on the road are taking UPI, I don't see any necessity to go to ATM and draw cash. The requirement of having physical cash is going lower and lower.
Okay.
Which is a good thing, I think. But these other charges, especially debit card, I don't think any of you need a debit card. Unless you can tell me a reason why you need a debit card. Other than drawing cash. Other than that, where else have you used your debit card? Digital.
Only to withdraw money I use.
Yeah. So that you might as well go to the branch. Go once
to
a
make
month.
online payments, sometimes UPI doesn't accept, so I use that. So other than that,
Okay, those are very few. How many have you done in a year though?
no, not many.
Exactly. So keep one. I don't think you need to keep for both. Especially don't fall into the trap of upgrading your debit card. A lot of these banks will always keep on pushing. You're in silver class, will make you gold.
Okay.
Then after gold, they'll say, will make you platinum class. Then some banks will give you 2 debit cards. You won't even realize. You assume when you get one debit card and they've upgraded you to another debit card, the old debit card is cancelled. But it's not. That old debit card is still active.
Okay.
And they're still charging you yearly for that. Plus the new debit card they've slapped on you. They're charging you for that. Before you know it, you have 2 debit cards for one account. And you're paying 1,000 rupees and 1,500 rupees for
every single year.
Yeah, every year. You're paying 2,500 rupees to the bank for debit cards which you're not even using. Okay. So anyway, this is one of the best ways to avoid this dark pattern traps. And I'm glad you brought it up. I hope it serves as a public service and people really think hard and fast about holding on to their debit cards.
If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to this channel. So thanks once again.
Thank you.